Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. They run again on first down. Cook. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They just do get the play off. Now Cousins, flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Third and long for Cousins. And a pressure gets to him again. Angelo Blackson. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. DeAndre Carter's deep for the Texans. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. To throw is Watson, being chased out left. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. No gain on this defense. No.
On first down, Watson escaping the pressure right. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First down.
This is it.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Hey, let's get in that hole.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson steps away to his left. He'll run it, and he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Watson just beating the play clock. Forced out to his left. Looking for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. But once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He's got the first down inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Complete to Darren Bell. First and goal at the 7-yard
No score after one on EA Sports.
They'll
try and run for it with Miller. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get them in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And they'll give Miller another crack. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Hyde. And Hyde will not get there as they force him to the ground shy of the marker. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now this throw caught left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 54 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Bailey got the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're
trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 5-yard line.
Gun! Hey! Wahoo!
Mike, 55. Check, 55.
Listen to me.
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Coming in.
Right side.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Here we go. Here we go.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Hey, I'm coming.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 15-yard line.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Throwing, Cousins, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Here comes Carter. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
You're set. 19.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Check pass.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Got an open man. It's QT. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT. 38 yards. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Final play of the half. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now Watson, flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm trying to collect. Switch.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Flush to his right. Thomas has got it, complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. On 2nd down, here's Miller. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
All day, every day, any day.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Now a 1st down throw. Watson completes it to Miller. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, and he's going to keep it here. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. Miller with 1st down and more. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 2nd down and goal. Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Darren Fells there to make the grab. And the Texans push further out in front. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
They start the drive with Cook. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins buying time to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Watson, eluding the pressure right. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Flushed out right. And he's able to find Diggs. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Check. First down. Two. Here we go.
1st down. Here's Cousins. Complete. It's Johnson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
We got 3. Yellow.
First down.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the side.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he's going to go down again.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Now Cousins on 4th down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Angelo Blackson. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Y'all not ready.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 2nd and 9, Watson being chased out left. Open man, the tight end falls. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Following the interception, Cousins under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Cousins now, and he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 37.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a 2nd time.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one taken just inside the 10. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end? Under pressure, they got him again. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. On second down, Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
One last shot now for Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second